So make no mistake about it. There has been a lot of strange and bizarre events taking place these last few weeks. These events are really ramping up ever since July 13th, Trump's rally. Ever since Trump's rally, there has been something going on to keep us talking about it, to keep us focused on it. Trump's rally alone, there's a lot coming out, a lot of back and forth, a lot of flip-flopping, a lot of things that conflict with previous information that has come out just to keep us invested, just to keep us going down a rabbit hole in an endless loop, a rabbit hole that goes nowhere. And I'm guilty of it too. I make a lot of videos on these topics as well, and that is mainly because I'm not a conspiracy channel, I'm not a theory channel. I just talk about what's in the news and I give my opinion on it. And I hope to hear your opinion on it as well in the comment section below. Sometimes my opinion can fall into the line of calling out the BS, but again, a lot is going on and they are dangling a lot of stuff in front of us, hoping we take the bait or keep us distracted with the bait. Trump's rally aside, we have these computers glitching worldwide. We had Joe Biden stepping down just a few days later after Trump's rally, Kamala Harris taking his place. We have the things that are going on with the 2024 games. We have political leaders on the left. We have left-wing media talking about this is weird, that's weird, he's weird. We have people on the right and other political affiliations trying to sort out what's weird and what's not weird and pushing back. Someone put together a collage how often we are hearing the word weird lately coming from politicians, news, media, and celebrities. So they really want us to focus on this word weird and get us talking about it. So if you sit back and look at everything as a whole, you ask yourself, what are they trying to keep our focus away from? What are they trying to stop us from looking at? What are they trying to stop us from talking about? I went into deep thought, deep concentration, and I said to myself, what is going on? Why does everything feel so wrong? Why does everything feel so off? What is this big thing that's coming that they don't want us to focus on? And the word that instantly came to my mind was earthquake. And the reason why I thought of that word could be because I make a lot of videos on the new Madrid fault line. Subconsciously, I am very worried about this fault line. So I do what I normally do when I get a word that comes to me and I search that word in my search engine, come to find out there's not really any new updates to what's taking place at the new Madrid fault line. There has been a couple of recent mini quakes, but nothing really big or nothing to be alarmed about. But that is when I came across this article here when things started to slowly make sense to me. This article from 101theeagle.com. New Madrid, Missouri earthquakes have just gone viral on TikTok. Now this article was released or published on July 25th, and it talks about how everybody is talking about the new Madrid earthquakes or the new Madrid fault line on social media. This article starts with, something very curious just happened. New Madrid, Missouri earthquakes have suddenly gone wildly viral on TikTok and they've taken me with them. And that's not the strangest thing about this. Now that is very, very true. There has been a massive increase in interest when it comes to what is going on at the new Madrid fault line. And what is going on is a massive increase in activity at this fault line. The new Madrid fault line is already and has been a very active fault, but since the start of 2024, there has been over 60 earthquakes reported in the span of 3 months. People who live around this fault line have noticed the increasing activity as well, and they are starting to wonder if they should start preparing for the big one. People all over different social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter are also talking about the new Madrid fault line. There's a pretty popular individual on TikTok named Nick Jackson who made a video on the new Madrid fault line. Currently, it sits at 1.4 million views and nearly 100,000 likes.
If you or anybody you know live anywhere in this area, you need to watch this video because this is supposed to be a simulation of what the new Madrid fault line could do. So basically, the National Guard has been in Missouri holding multiple drills just in case an 8.4 magnitude earthquake hits the new Madrid line, which is crazy. I just showed you guys this photo in the intro, but this is the new simulation of what it could do. I'm actually in the red. This is terrifying. So the Missouri Department of Natural Resources now says that there's a 10% chance that the state will experience a magnitude 7 or higher earthquake in the next 50 years. They're saying that obviously an earthquake like that would be extremely catastrophic, but there's an even better chance that a major earthquake greater than 6 could could cause massive damage too. And then they're saying that the estimate actually goes up to 25% that Missouri will see a quake that large in the next 30 years. Basically, all of this stuff has been going down for the past few days. There's actually simulation videos showing what the approximate damage could be across the United States, and the ocean would basically open up, and then all of the middle of the U.S. would be water. By the way, I want to make sure that everybody knows that this was all just a drill, and this is a simulation about if an earthquake did happen, this would be the new Madrid fault line, and it would be crazy, but we're all okay. This is all very new, and I couldn't find that much information, but make sure you add me and come back tomorrow. If you or anybody you know live anywhere in this area, you need to watch this video because this is supposed to be a simulation of what the new Madrid fault line.
So am I the only one who didn't realize that they were preparing for like a mega earthquake drill in St. Louis right now? Watch this.
I-64 behind us, you can see some military vehicles and military members starting to arrive and get ready to go for this exercise. The drills start today. Really, this is more of a prep day, and then they run through Wednesday. The downtown area will be even busier than usual with this large-scale training taking place. Marino Automotive Group Skyfox can show you the scene over us live right now. Again, we're in this parking lot just south of Busch Stadium. Vehicles just starting to arrive as things start to amp up here for this training. We can also show you some video that we captured a little earlier as military vehicles started making their way through downtown St. Louis. The exercises here are being facilitated by the Michigan National Guard working in conjunction with the Missouri National Guard. The drill scenario here involves an 8.4 magnitude earthquake from the new Madrid seismic fault hitting the St. Louis area. The training is going to focus on a simulated response to structural damage, civilian casualties, and chemical contamination in the vicinity of Busch Stadium during a baseball game. Organizers tell us some 500 people are taking part in this drill. It also involves river crossings along the Mississippi between St. Charles and Grafton in the event that bridges could be damaged by a major disaster like an earthquake. These exercises are not open to the public. Authorities say drivers along 40 or 64 near Busch could see this equipment and exercises taking place. I-55 drivers might also see some military traffic this morning. These exercises are going to use a lot of material, including helicopters and vehicles, damaged vehicles and debris, and there will be multiple staging areas near Busch Stadium. One note for drivers, 8th and Clark right by Busch will be closed during the day as these exercises unfold. This is the first time that St. Louis is hosting these exercises. Last year, similar exercises took place in Nashville. We have more vehicles trying to kind of pull in here as this starts to get going. More military vehicles, some St. Louis police vehicles just around the area here, all taking part in this exercise.
And again, it's not just this one person on TikTok talking about this potential massive earthquake, but there are multiple people talking about this big earthquake. And yes, a 6.0 earthquake striking the new Madrid fault line would be big, but if it's something on the lines of the 1800s earthquake, we can forget about it. The news of this massive earthquake and these people talking about this massive earthquake seem to be drowned out by all this other wacky news that's going on that has our attention. The USGS has said if a massive earthquake like the 1800s were to strike today, multiple states would be uninhabitable. They would stay uninhabitable. As you have heard in that video, the government keeps running simulations in this area. Now, it's not unusual for simulations to be ran once a year, especially during earthquake week and especially in a location where they have a very active fault. But they keep running simulations in this area in just this year alone. In the beginning of this year, they ran virtual simulations calculating the damages, calculating how many lives would be lost, how much money it would take to repair everything. Then, during earthquake week, they were running more physical simulations. They were running more drills. And then just recently in July, they were running more military drills on the new Madrid fault line. What would happen if a 8.4 magnitude earthquake were to strike this fault line, and what can we do about it? Well, I thought you ran these drills back during earthquake week. Well, apparently, for whatever reason, they have to run them again. and they have to run them multiple times. There will be people that will say, well, what can we do about it anyway? Even if a massive earthquake were to strike the new Madrid fault line, there's nothing we can do about it. We might as well stay distracted by these goofy stories. Well, you don't have to be a sitting duck. You can always stock up with supplies, extra water, batteries, and so forth. Even if a massive earthquake does not strike the new Madrid fault line, it's always good to be prepared for anything. It is very obvious the government is getting prepared for something to go down this location. They are just running way too many simulations and drills on the new Madrid fault line. And again, the new Madrid fault line is very, very active. Now, some people will also say, well, it being very active is a good thing. That means that there's a lot of gas being released that slows down the big one from happening. But a cluster of earthquakes can also mean as well the big one is about to come, especially when these mini earthquakes are increasing in intensity. So if the government is preparing, there's nothing wrong to say that you should prepare as well. And I have said in multiple videos where I have covered the new Madrid earthquakes that everything we have seen today in 2024, the two great solar eclipses, the very rare comet around the same time, the occurrence of these two broods of cicadas and so forth, were all seen during the 1800s, just right before, months before their massive earthquake. So everything we see today parallels with the early 1800s. Those in the 1800s, 1811, 1812, they had their multiple warnings and we are getting ours. And this is not something I'm just fear-mongering, as I have been talking about the new Madrid earthquakes for months now. Then, believe him or not, it's just more people still feeling like something big is about to happen, something massive is going to strike, and many people have their attention focused on the new Madrid fault line, and it seems like this attention is now being focused away more and more by, again, all this goofy news. Even if it has nothing to do with the new Madrid fault line, even if they're not trying to distract us with what's going on at the new Madrid fault line, just listen to what they want us to talk about. How Trump is weird, his vice president is weird, things you do if you're not liberal is weird. If you're a Republican, you have to push back with things that are not weird and talk about why the liberals are weird. Like, come on, this is getting very ridiculous now. And now they are making movies about the new Madrid fault line. This is how you know something is about to go down when they get Hollywood involved. That they are doing their predictive programming when it comes to the new Madrid fault line. It's supposed to be fiction, it's entertaining, but at the same time, Hollywood always likes to give you the truth in plain sight. But in any case, I do want to hear from you. Do you believe they're distracting us away from what's going on at the new Madrid fault line, or do you think it's something else altogether? Again, please do comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.